What's up everyone, Cheetah here, and today I'm bringing you an achievement slash platinum trophy walkthrough for Lost at Sea. This game is published by Headup Games, and it's developed by Studio Fizbin, and you can pick the game up on July 15th for a price of $14.99. So this is a super relaxing storytelling game where we walk around an island, and we have to collect different items, and following along with this video, you should get the full completion in about an hour. And without the guide, it'll probably take you around 2 to 3 hours. And thankfully, there's no missable achievements, and it's a super straightforward game, so you shouldn't have any issues. So go ahead and start the game up here. And starting off, we're going to be in this little raft, and all you need to do is press the Y button to bring up your compass. And then we're going to have a little cutscene here for a few minutes, so I'll pick the commentary back up once it's over. Alright, so right here, a big purple eye is going to appear, and we have to face our fears, and in order to do that, you basically just have to stare at it. So go ahead and stare at it, and then eventually it will disappear. So again, this is like the enemy of the game that kind of chases us around the island, and it'll appear from time to time, and anytime it appears, all you have to do is just make sure you stare it down and face your fears. So once you do that, go ahead and stare at this little orb here off in the distance. Alright, and now we have to interact with the pole here using the X button. So go ahead and interact with that, and then look down and pick up the sail right here. And go ahead and place that on the pole. Alright, so throughout the game, there's going to be pictures that appear on your screen just like this, and I'm pretty sure if you press the X button, it kind of speeds it up, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But if you want to, feel free to press the X button, and you can try to speed that up. Alright, so now we're on the island here, and you should get your first achievement slash trophy. And then from there, once you gain control of your character, you can go ahead and press Y to pull up your compass. And if you turn around, you should see this little fort here off in the distance, and we need to head over here. So head over here, and you can sprint by pressing in the left stick.
Have I been here before? There are things I recognize.
Alright, so head in here, and there's going to be 4 different items that we need to interact with. The first one is right here, so go ahead and interact with this, and then from there, you can turn to your left, and you should see a little shovel over here. It's kind of making a ramp. Head over here, and interact with the second item up here.
Chain. At that age,
And then from there, you can kind of back up and turn to the right, and head over here, and climb up these boxes, and the third item is going to be right in here. So go ahead and get that one. And then from there, if you turn to your left, you should see a little table, and the fourth item is right there. So head over here and interact with this one. And then you can turn to your right, and we can head out of this little building here. So head out here and head straight for a bit. And off in the distance, you should see a little trampoline with some little memory fragments floating in the air here. And these is basically like the game's objectives. So head over here, and we're going to jump on this trampoline, and we need to bounce and collect all
You
4
could
of
have
these
broken
fragments. And once you have all 4, you can pick up the final white fragment here. Looks like a little kid's cape. Go ahead and pick that up, and then from there, if you use your right trigger, you can rotate the little compass here, and we need to track down a little present. So go ahead and rotate your compass until you see the present, and you can kind of follow it, and we're going to head off in this direction over here. And you want to be careful because that purple eye monster can sometimes appear and it will chase you. If that's the case, just make sure you stare it down and face your fears, and it will disappear. But from there, we're going to head into these trees all the way over here, and eventually you should see like a house off in the distance or something. So head over here for a bit. Alright, so once we get to this little area here, head inside, and there's going to be 4 more items that we need to pick up. So starting off straight in front of us here, there's going to be a little item here that we need to interact with. So go ahead and press X, interact with this one. And then from there, if you turn to your left, you can head around the back left side of the house. And there's going to be a table back here with another item that we can interact with right here. And then turn to your left a bit, and you should see the next item over here in the grass with this little play set or whatever. It's like a little backpack. Go ahead and interact with that, and then turn to your right and go to the other side of the house over here. And the 4th item should be right here next to the house. And then from there, if you turn to your right, we can head back to the back of the house and take a right and follow this path back here. Alright, so head down here, and we're going to play a game of musical chairs. And if you're not familiar with musical chairs, it's very straightforward. Go ahead and interact with this little table right here. And then a radio is going to start playing music. And once the music is done playing, you'll see the radio disappear. And you have to sit in a chair, so stand next to one of the chairs. As soon as you see the radio disappear, go ahead and press X to sit in a chair. And that's literally all you have to do. Just make sure you wait for the radio to disappear, or else you'll mess it up and you'll have to repeat the process all over again. So again, it's super straightforward. Just as soon as you see the radio disappear, sit in a chair and keep doing that over and over again until there's no more chairs left. Alright, and after you sit in the final chair, your fragment's going to appear, and you can go ahead and pick it up And then from there, we're going to pull out our compass and we're going to track down the green balloon. So find the green balloon on your compass and go ahead and follow it up this hill over here. Again, be careful of the purple eye. Anytime it appears and it's like following you, you'll get those subtitles on your screen and you can kind of hear the direction that it's coming from. And anytime it appears, again, just stare it down and make sure it disappears. And then from there, go ahead and follow your compass to the balloon. Alright, so the balloon is next to this tree here. Go ahead and interact with it, and it's going to teleport like maybe behind you or to your left. And you have to interact with it a total of 4 times. So just do a circle, and you should see the balloon and just interact with it a total of 4 times. And then from there, you can pick up the final fragment right here. And then from there, you should see some buses floating off in the distance over there. And that's where we're going to head. So make sure you pick up the balloon and then head over here. So head over here, and this is another one of those areas where we have to interact with the 4 different items. So go ahead and interact with this one here, and then turn to your left, and you should see like some tree logs leading up to this little hill up here. So head over here, walk up the tree logs, and interact with this item here.
I often wonder.
And then from there, turn around and head back down. And then we're going to take a left right here. And we're going to head straight, and you should see a little table over here off in the distance. Go ahead and interact with that. And then from there, you can turn to your left, and you should see like an arch of buses right over here. So head under here, and the 4th item is going to be back here, off to the left, right over here. So interact with that. Next up, go ahead and track the shorts on your compass. And they're kind of off towards the beach in front of us, off to the right. And you should be able to see a tower off in the distance over here. So head over here. So kind of like the trampoline, this one, there's 3 different fragments that we have to collect. So head over here, climb up the tower, and we need to jump off and collect all 3 of the fragments. And once you collect the 3rd fragment, you can pick up the final white one right here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and track down the stars on our compass. So go ahead and rotate it and find the stars. And then we're going to head over here and pick those up. So once we're over here, go ahead and stand on this big rock, and then if you look up, you're going to see some stars in the sky, and you need to interact with all of them. So look up, and you should see them, and all you have to do is press X to interact with them, and then once you interact with all of them, you can go ahead and pick up the fragment. So after you get the stars, you can turn around and we can head over here to the next area. Alright, so head over here to the left, and the first item that we need to interact with is right here. And then from there, turn to your right, and you should see this little dock or whatever. And the next one is over here. And then just to the left of that one, you should see the next one over here.
And I blame myself for it every day.
And then after this, the next one's kind of up the hill off to my right. So just make sure you interact with all 4 of these, and you should be good to go.
Again. Andrew.
Alright, and after you have all 4 of those, we're going to turn off to the left here and head over here. And next up, we're looking for a lid to a pot, so you might have to rotate your compass using the bumpers and the triggers. But once you find this little lid right here, go ahead and track it down over here. So once you track it down, you're going to see these rocks on the ground here. You need to interact with them using the X button. And off in the distance there, you can see the fragment. But it's not that simple. You have to sneak over to it. And there's going to be these footprints off to the right side. And you can't let the footprints touch you. And you can't go too far off to the left side, or else you're going to fail. So you're going to see here, I actually failed. So it's kind of difficult, but it's not too hard. Again, all of these puzzles are pretty simple. But head straight and look off to your right, and you can see the footprints. Just make sure they don't get too close to you. Just kind of back away from them and slowly make your way over to the fragment. And again, it's not too hard, but it is a little bit annoying. So go ahead and get this fragment here, and then the final white fragment will appear off to your left side. So go ahead and pick that up, and then from there, if you look off to your right, you should see a big hill right over here, and we're going to head up here to the next little fragment. And if you want to track it on your compass, I believe it's like an hourglass or something.
This is your new home now, baby.
So once you get over here, go ahead and sit on the bench and just wait for the sun to rise, and then eventually the fragment will appear in front of you. Alright, so once the fragment appears in front of you, go ahead and pick it up, and then from there, we're going to track down the clock on our compass. It's kind of like behind us, so go ahead and pick this up, and then from there, go ahead and track down the clock, which is over here.
No, I can't.
Alright, so
this
head over
way.
here and interact with this box here, and it's going to float up into the air, and eventually it's going to float back down, and basically the objective is to not let any of the boxes float down, so anytime they get low, just press X to make them float back up, and that's basically it. Alright, and once you're done with that, you can go ahead and pick up the fragment here. And then next up, we're going to go ahead and track down the Band-Aid. So head over here, and we're going to do some parkour and head up to the top and pick up the fragment. And after you interact with it, make sure you get the final fragment. And now we have all four for the little fort area. So if you want to track down the Band-Aid, it's going to take you back to the fort over here. So head back here and we can place all of the items. So head back into the fort here and place all four of the items.
I guess we pampered him a bit too much. But we'd waited so long. When I finally gave birth, the relief. Danny. This is where he died. But it looks different. You just tried the best you can, really. And then you're telling him off for something. And you hear your own parents talking. Danny, I've changed my mind. You can't go on that boat trip after all. At that age, You only know about danger because your parents shout at you. When are you old enough to really estimate the dangers of life? Andrew, I need your help. We need to get Danny back. Seeing Danny play with his granddad, it made me realize that we were now part of a chain. I'd wanted to be a mother so badly, and it felt like such a personal longing. How naive. Andrew, he's forgotten things, important things. Is that why I remember them? For the both of us?
Alright, and after you're done placing all 4 items, a little wisp of light is going to appear, and you just have to follow it for a bit. Alright, and then from there, we're going to track down the backpack. So find the little backpack here with a green background, and it's kind of behind the house area at the beach down here. So go ahead and find that and track it down. So head down here to the beach and interact with these shoes, and that's going to spawn a fragment that we need to protect from these brick walls, and some red mist that appears towards the ocean over here. So jump into the red mist and make sure it doesn't touch the fragment, or else you'll have to restart. So then from there, head over here, touch 3 of these little brick walls, and then again another thing of red mist is going to spawn down the beach over here to the left. So just be careful. Stay close to the fragment and make sure none of the red mist touches it. And then from there, after you take out the red mist, go ahead and touch the brick walls and continue making your way down the beach over here. Be careful right here since another little red mist is going to spawn. And then just up here, the final red mist is going to spawn, so be careful. And once the fragment gets to the end here, you can go ahead and pick it up. And then if you look to the left up here over the hill, you should see some orange balloons. Head over here, and we need to make all of the balloons float up into the air, and then we can pick up the fragment. So just go ahead and walk near them, and you should see them start to float up. And just make sure all of them float up, and then the balloon will appear, and you can go ahead and pick it up. Alright, and next up we're going to start tracking down the little plate over here. And once you get over here, all you have to do is sit in the chair, and eventually the fragment will appear. Alright, and after we get that fragment, we're going to go ahead and track down the little campfire here. That's actually just up the hill in front of us.
There's this.
Go ahead and interact with the campfire here, and that's going to teleport us to a little maze. So go ahead and turn around and walk forward to the fragment, and then turn to your left, and then take this first right here, and then walk down to the fragment, and then turn to your left and take a right, and then head down here all the way to the end, and then we're going to take a left turn, and we're going to walk to the fragment here, and then turn to the right, and then again turn to the right, and then turn to the left down this hallway right here, and then head down all the way to the end until you get to the fragment, and then turn to the left down this hallway, and then again turn to the left, and you should see the door right here. And we're done with that section, and you can go ahead and pick up the fragment. And then next up, we're going to go ahead and track down the candle. So head down here to the beach and interact with the rocks, and this is going to be another one of those shadow footprint puzzles. And this shadow is going to copy our exact movements, and we have to look to our left and kind of guide the footprints and make sure that the footprints pick up the fragments and that they don't run into the brick walls. And also on your side, there's going to be some fragments, so make sure you're picking up the fragments on your side and then guiding the footprints on the other side into the fragments and making sure that they don't run into the brick walls. And then once you get to the end all the way down here, you can pick up the final fragment. Alright, and after you get this fragment here, we're going to track down the pain pills that kind of looks like a cup. So head down here and interact with the shoes, and that's going to spawn another fragment that we need to protect. So there's going to be some red mist that'll spawn towards the water on the left side here. So get these first two brick walls and then be ready for the red mist over here towards the left side. And then from there you can get the next brick wall in front of you, and then the next red mist is going to spawn off to the right side. So be ready for that. And then from there, you can continue forward and get the next two brick walls. And then the red mist is going to spawn on the left side, just next to this rock there in the distance. And that'll be the last one. Alright, and after you get this fragment here, we're going to turn to the right, and we're going to head over towards these trees, and we're going to track down the toothbrush. So head over here, and in the trees, you should see a wheelchair over here.
Where are you going, Andrew?
So for this puzzle, just do circles until you see the glowing orb, and then walk into it. So after you get this fragment here, we're going to turn over to the right, and you should see the buses just next to us. And we're going to head over here, and we're going to return all of the 4 fragments to this area.
As a teenager, you always have these romantic ideas. You already feel like an adult, and that never stops. It's just your age that changes. This can't be a memory. I was never here. It's like when you're a teenager and everything just seems equally horrible. Everything just feels extremely important and extremely unimportant at the same time. Danny, I don't want you to die alone. Do you hear me? Andrew's dad died 2 months before Danny. Within 2 months, we lost our past and our future. There we were again, 2 months later. Same church, same cemetery, smaller coffin. Are you reaching out to me? Mommy's here. Where are you? I often wonder how Danny would have been as a teenager. Would he have been brazen like Andrew? Or arrogant like I was back then? What am I doing? This place is not real. This is not what it looked like. The memories are
And next up, we're going to follow the light again like we did before. And after we're done following the orb, we're actually going to turn around and head back down the hill, kind of the way we came. And we're going to go to the area with the lake, and we're going to return the 4 items. So once we're back in this area here, go ahead and replace all of the items back where they belong.
Andrew became my child, in a way. I couldn't let him out of my sight. It was too dangerous. His early Alzheimer's made him younger than Danny, in a way. As if I had to start over again. Danny, Mommy's sorry. I can't save you. I can't. I just feel lost. I have to readjust my life. Again. And I don't know how to feel. I just don't. I'm lost. Limping, barely hanging on. Andrew was able to let go. I thought I could too. I thought I had. It's been so long. I had to get Andrew into professional care. And I blame myself for it every day. For the second time in my life, I've failed someone I love. Andrew's love kept me sane. But now his mind is gone, and Andrew became distant. I thought we'd worked through our issues, our grief, but then I realized his behavior wasn't because of Danny. This was no delayed grief. This was something new. It's just me again. My mind, my memories, my history, my guilt.
All right, and after you're done placing all 4 of the items, go ahead and follow the wisp again. All right, and once we're done following the wisp, you can go ahead and track the clock on your compass, and we can head back down to the area with the houses. And once we're here, go ahead and place all 4 of the items.
Sometimes Andrew and I hated each other. We just... But we worked through it. Eventually, we were able to hold on to each other. I wanted to be a mother, a wife. And I don't regret it. I had my work, of course. That helped. We became one of those double income, no kids families. As if we'd chosen that life. It's time to forgive myself. All I did was live. I saw my friends struggling with empty nest syndrome, and I hated them for it. Stop crying over your child leaving home. At least he's still alive to bring you his laundry. Life happened. It happens to all of us. Why would I have to do better than others? We all just deal with what we're given. I think I had already started to take care of Andrew during that time. It was probably some sort of reflex. Care for your children till they're old enough. Then care for your parents. All gone for us.
All right, and after you place the final item, go ahead and follow the wisp again. Alright, so now the path should be opened up, and we can follow it and make our way to the little raft. And we're going to get teleported here, and all you have to do is look up, and in front of you, you should see some fragments. So follow this path here and interact with all of the fragments.
I still have.
And feel free to take your time if you want to enjoy the story.
Or for Andrew, it happened. Life happened. But I'm still at the time we had together. It was beautiful. Danny was our little miracle. He was given to us for just a short period. And then we had to say goodbye.
And once you interact with the final orb here, that'll be the end of the game. And you guys should be just missing one more achievement, which is for leaving a like on the video. Nah, I'm just kidding. You guys should now have your full completion, and that's the end of the game. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like on the video if it was helpful. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time.